Hey there. The reason I am doing this video is actually to explain a little bit about my story, and hopefully that will provide you some sort of motivation or encouragement or hope during these tough times we are facing. I have a few questions here, so I'm going to be looking down at my paper throughout the video. My name is Itzel Gonzalez. I am 22 years of age. I'm originally from Mexico City, and I currently live here in Denver. A little bit about my story. I was born in Mexico City, and my family and I immigrated to the United States in 2000. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. We were primarily raised in Fort Collins. I went to a primarily all-white school most of my childhood, and I want to say like my middle school years as well. I always felt like an outcast because I had the dark hair or the accent, and I always wondered, like, why do those girls have blue eyes and I don't, or why do those girls have the new clothes and I don't. My family and I grew up within like low income, medium class, so it was definitely very difficult. I came to the US crossing the border like so many Mexicans and other Latin Americans do. My family and I were lost at the border for a week. No food, no water. We slept next to rivers, under bushes. We had no compass, no map, no phone. I guess just our natural instincts, and we were able to cross to the United States through Arizona. So that was something that definitely impacted me throughout my childhood, and I think that it made me realize, like, I went through something very intense at a young age, that I think psychologically just kind of made me look at things a lot differently than maybe a lot of kids my age. I went to Fort Collins High School. I graduated in 2015. I was in community college my senior year of high school, and I wanted to go into the medical field. So I got my nurse assistant license, and that was my dream. I wanted to be a neonatal nurse, and I was like, I'm gonna find a way to make it happen. So my freshman year in college, I remember I procrastinated a lot and I didn't apply to scholarships. So I was kind of like on a couple weeks of graduating, and I had no idea what I was gonna do. I got a phone call, and the school district was offering a first year scholarship to the community college in town just to kind of get my prereqs done. So I went ahead and accepted that. And then thankfully throughout my high school and freshman year of college, I just networked a lot and I met some great people, and I was very fortunate, very blessed to meet the chancellor of the University of CU Denver at the time. I explained to Raul my situation and how I grew up and a lot of the obstacles that I had to face. And so I ended up getting a full ride scholarship to CU Denver for my following 3 years, so my sophomore, junior, and senior year. So I went ahead and moved out of my house at the age of 18, which in a Hispanic household, that's not really done. I'm the first one in my family to go to college. Out of my brother and my sister, I am the girl, and so it was definitely something big in my family because, my parents had never done that before, and it was just something like, oh my gosh, like I'm about to live on my own and, figure out the adult life on my own, if you want to put it that way. So I moved out here. I first decided I was going to go with a bio degree just because I was like, okay, I'm going to go into med school. Like, I need a bio degree. About halfway through my sophomore year, my first semester, I realized biology was just so difficult. And I was like, okay, this is not for me. Like, next. So I ended up switching over to a psychology degree. So then once I started my psychology degree, because I did have a lot of prereqs from my senior year when I was going to go on to the medical field, and my freshman year of college back at Front Range, I actually finished my psych degree in a year. So at that point, they were like, hey, you have a full ride. You're here at the university. Take full advantage of it. And I don't know, I explored my options, and I came to the decision that I wanted to do a criminal justice degree. So now, at this point, I was working on a criminal justice degree. I just graduated May of last year with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and a Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice. I am currently a double major. One of the biggest obstacles that I faced along the way. I am a DACA recipient. DACA recipient is an individual who came into the country and applied for the Deferred Action of Childhood Arrivals that was set in place by Barack Obama. So I have been able to obviously go to school, have a job, legally be in the United States without fear of being deported. But of course, being a DACA recipient has brought a lot of different challenges. I feel like I've always been kind of an outcast wherever I went, because not a lot of people understand what it's like to live in a world where you feel like you don't belong, even though America is all I've ever known. So that's some of the difficulties that I faced. I actually graduated college with honors. I graduated top 50 in my class. I am now a program coordinator for a nonprofit organization called Servicios de la Raza, and I work for the WAGES program. So I help people that have just been released from prison to get back into society with a job or clothes, or if they need mental health assistance. I have a pretty cool job. I work along with a lot of important officials here in the city of Denver. If there were a piece of advice I would give to young people, it would definitely be that no dream is too big. I know as cliche as it sounds, it's just like, pursue your dreams and goals, and there will always be one person that's going to believe in you no matter what. Especially for the class of 2020, I know right now it's a mix of emotions and feelings, and I just want to say, this is not the end, it's just the beginning. And it's just like, if you're going to college, your whole life is ahead of you. Enjoy it, have fun, and make as many memories as you can.